This woman thinks she's got an impossible problem, but I believe you can solve that problem with her in just a few minutes if you will spend that time with her. I said, well, Laurie, tell her to meet me backstage. I'll get there about 10 minutes early. My schedule was such that was about all I had. Well, I got there, and I was on backstage behind the curtain on one side. She spotted me from the other side, and as she walked across the stage, I have never seen as much anger in a human being in my life as I saw in her. She almost started crying when she saw me. She said, oh, I'm just so glad to see you. I got this horrible job. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate everybody down there. I mean, you talking about negative. Understand, I've only got about 10 minutes. So I looked at her, and one thing I have learned, I don't do counseling, but I talk with a lot of people who do in psychology and complaining. Well, I looked at the lady, and it wasn't unkindly, but firmly I said to her, yes, and you know, ma'am, I'm afraid your problem is about to get worse. She said, what do you mean? I said, I believe they're going to fire you. She was stunned. I couldn't have stunned her more if I'd hit her in the face with a bucket of ice water. She said, fire me? Why on earth would they fire me? The inflection in her voice clearly said, they're the bad guys, I'm the good guy. Why don't they fire them and keep me? Have you ever noticed that people who are the problem never recognize that they are? They're in complete denial. They think denial is just a river. She looked at me and said, well, what can I do? I said, do you really want to know? She said, yes, I do. That's the reason I came to see you. I came looking for help, but you sure haven't been any help so far. I said, well, ma'am, I've got an idea, and I will absolutely guarantee you it positively, definitely, absolutely will work if you will just do it. She said, I'll try anything within reason. I said, okay, when you get home tonight, all of your household tasks are complete. It's bedtime. Get off in a room right by yourself. Get a sheet of paper out, and at the top of it, write, I like my job because. She interrupted me. She said, that'll be easy. I don't like nothing about that job. Don't like nothing about those people down there. And I said, well, just as a matter of curiosity, do you work there for benevolent reasons, or do they pay you for working there? She said, well, I got to confess, they pay me. And I said, and you don't like to be paid? Oh, she said, yes, I do. I said, okay, tell you what you do. Open your notebook right now. We'll start our list of the things you like about your job. They pay you for working there, and you do like it, don't you? She said, absolutely. But she just stood there. I said, no, open your notebook now, and we'll get busy on the list. She just stood there. I said, ma'am, let me tell you what my experience in life has been. I've discovered that in 100% of the cases, no exceptions, people who won't take step number one never take step number two. You see, she had come to me with an impossible dream. Her dream was that nice Mr. Ziegler was going to solve all of her problems, and she would live happily ever after. But folks, I got news for you. I can't solve her problems. I can't solve your problems. But I will give you some steps that I'll absolutely, definitely, and positively will work for you, as it worked eventually for her. I said, well, ma'am, let me tell you something. Unless you're willing to take step number one right now, it's been nice talking with you. She angrily opened her notebook. Before we got through, there were 22 things she liked about her job. Not only did they pay her for working there, they paid her above average. She had 3 weeks vacation with pay. She had a retirement program. She was in on profit sharing. She had health insurance, life insurance, and accident insurance. She lived less than 10 minutes from home. She was in on management decisions. The company sent her to 3 seminars a year to be paid for. She had her own private office and parking place. 22 things that she liked about her job. Now I said, ma'am, when you get home tonight, everything is finished. Get off in a room right by yourself. Close the doors, change one word from I like my job to I love my job. Get in front of that mirror, and folks, I cannot say this strongly enough, but I'm going to try. The eyes are the windows of the soul. Look yourself in the eye, and with excitement and enthusiasm, say, I love my job because they pay me for working there. I love my job because they pay me above average for working there. I love my job because I have a wonderful insurance program. I love my job before every one of the statements. You will sleep better that night You see, there's something hidden in what I'm saying to you now. When she says, I like my job, she's really saying, I'm grateful for my job. And of all of the emotions we can have, according to Hans Selye, the #1 stress specialist in America, the healthiest of all human emotions is gratitude. I said, you go down that list. I like my job. I love my job, rather. That is a way of gratitude. You'll sleep better the first night. Tomorrow morning, when you get up, get back in front of the mirror just before you go to work. Get back in front of the mirror and repeat the process again with excitement and enthusiasm. I love my job because, and take the list with you. Because the reality is, you see, you will have started to change from a fault finder to a good finder. Some people do really find fault like there's a reward for it. They really do. Take the list with you, and you will be able to add to that list, absolutely guaranteed. Do this every morning and every night, and you will have an astonishing recovery from this advanced case of stinking thinking. Now, I didn't say that to her, but I'm saying it to you. That's what it was. It was an advanced case of stinking thinking. Well, 6 weeks later, I was back in Birmingham, Alabama. I was doing a follow-up sales seminar. Now, the lady was not in sales, but she had been listening to my tapes. She had been listening to Automobile University, and she had discovered that everybody sells. Everybody who will ever hear this is in selling. Whether you're a school teacher, a civil service worker, a military personnel, an executive secretary, it doesn't make any difference what you do, you sell every day of your life. There she was at the sales seminar, seated on the front row, grinning so wide she could have eaten a banana sideways. I'm telling you, you're talking about somebody that was excited. She was turned on. I said, well, how you doing? She grinned even more broadly and said, Mr. Ziegler, I'm doing wonderfully well, and thank you for asking. She said, you cannot believe how much those people down there have changed. I got to lay it on the line, folks. You're not going to change anybody else till you change you. Everything really does begin with you. Now, you see, the unfortunate thing, this lady had been raised in a very negative environment. First, her parents had told her that she'd never amount to anything. They had said, you know, you're always late, you're always sloppy, why can't you be like your brother or your sister or whatever? When she got married, her husband had continued it, and so her self-talk had become completely negative. Everything that she said about herself was negative. Like Dad said, I'll never amount to anything. Or like my husband says, I can't do anything right. But when she started changing the input, then some radical change.
What's up, Fire Nation? Another bonus episode coming your way. This one was a great chat. I had a lot of fun with Terry Wilson. Terry is a serial entrepreneur who offers entrepreneurs and solopreneurs the tools, training, and technology needed to earn and enjoy more. For the past 13 years, he's helped thousands of hungry individuals discover their thing, develop the skills to do it, and be given a strategy to deliver it to market and produce value. Terry has a weekly podcast that can be heard on iTunes, Stitcher, and at terrywilson3.com. He also wrote a book called You Are Worth More, which you can check out at youareworthmorebook.com. We have a lot of fun in this episode, Fire Nation. I truly hope you enjoy. It's hard. It is hard work to achieve uncommon success. But you know what else is hard, Terry? Being broke.
You better believe that.
Living paycheck to paycheck, not being able to support your loved ones, not being able to support yourself, not being able to get up in the morning and do something that you want to do, but doing something you have to do. That's hard too. So Terry, my call to action for everybody here is choose your hard. Like back in 2012, it was hard. I spent 32 years of my life doing hard work and making the wrong decision on choosing my hard. I was going down the wrong path. I wasn't having any success. But then I flipped it and I said, you know what? Building this business, Entrepreneurs on Fire, it's going to be hard work. But the alternative is hard too. So I choose the hard of building a life of freedom, of building a life of choice, of building a life of uncommon success. And that's my call to action to everybody hearing our voices today. Choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Boy, I love that. You know, because there's a high cost of low living. And sometimes we think that, you know, we're just going to get out of this easy by taking the path of least resistance. And boy, sometimes the end of that path is just a A tiger. I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you.
Identify your big idea, not be a weak, pale imitation of somebody else's big idea, which most people do. They're like, oh, look at what Terry's doing. He's so successful. Look what John's doing. I'll just copy them. And then you wonder why you fail, because you're a weak, pale imitation of those people, and you will never win as a result. You need to come up with your big idea, your zone of fire, and wake up every day on fire, living that life. That is the life that you deserve. Because what, at the end of the day, do we really want? Freedom. The ability to wake up and do what we want, where we want to do it, with whom we want to do it with. If you have those three things, what more is there in life? And you can give yourself that gift. Just take it.
Which is identifying why are you here? You know, I like to say it this way. You're not a cosmic accident. You didn't show up on planet Earth because lightning struck a mud puddle billions of years later and you crawled out. You're a significant person with a significant reason for being here. There's a reason for you to be here. And once you identify that big idea, as John just said it, life becomes, oh my gosh, becomes unimaginable. Give us another. Go ahead.
Just on that point real quick. I mean, I think it's so key for people to understand this, like what Terry is just sharing. There is so much wisdom out there in this world, but there's also so much noise and it's chaotic. And sometimes it's so hard to really cut through all of this and to really get to the meat and potatoes, to really get down to what matters.
Does anyone know Terry's story, what Terry did?
I do.
So Terry sold musical instruments, sold pianos, right? And what was it? Was it 9/11 that created the problem?
Yeah.
9/11 creates a problem. Nobody wants to go. There's no money in town anymore. It's a brick and mortar store. Some woman comes up to him in church, some older woman, and she's like, I was thinking about your problem, and the Lord told me you should sell them on the computer. Sell your pianos on the computer. And Terry's like, that's a great idea. I got to get out of here because you're crazy. So, of course, he does it in that sweet way where he says, oh, bless your heart. And
Bless your
he
heart.
thinks about it. And then he's like, you know, he told me about the story about, you know, the guy, it's a flood and, you know, you should get out. No, the Lord's going to save me. And at the end, he goes to God and says, why didn't you save me? He's like, I did. You know, I tried. I sent you the news report. I sent you a helicopter. You know. So Terry takes that and he's like, God's telling me what to do here, right? So that was the message. I should sell these things online. His first thought when the woman tells him that is, how am I gonna, because she said her grandson sold CDs.
On eBay.
Yeah, Terry's like, how am I, you could just I can't put a stamp on a piano. This is crazy.
Drop it in the mailbox.
Yeah, so next day, right? The next day he starts sells them out in a week. So he doesn't think about, he doesn't latch on to his idea of I can't ship these things cheaply, right? He just goes past that. He goes, well, what's my first solution? My first solution is I got to sell these things. That's all he's thinking about. He sells out his whole inventory in a week. Then the problem comes to him. How do I get rid of these things? I've now sold them. How do I deliver them? So what would you guys have done?
Hire a U-Haul and drive them out there.
Yeah, that's what Terry did. Terry got a truck and just was like, well, I'm gonna take my brother-in-law. We're gonna go around the country. We're going everywhere. And he delivered pianos for 2 weeks. That's amazing. And then, then he's like, oh, and the next thing is I talked to someone.
Welcome to TerryWilson3.com.
Decade of helping others
Discover, develop, and monetize your skills and talents at TerryWilson3.com.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really, I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started.
You're the real deal, right? You're the genuine article.
Right now, Terry, I'm so inspired after listening to you for the last 25, 30 minutes to go back and do about 400 things. You got me so jazzed up.
I'm still blown away by your story.
When I think of Terry Wilson, I think about the comeback kid.
You're like a cousin or an uncle that I just want to hang out with.
Terry, you have made a huge impact in my life.
Can't possibly say enough good things about you except that I love you.
Here's your host, Terry Wilson.
Thank you, Christopher B. This is Terry, and you are listening to our podcast. Today is Cyber Monday, and this is episode 490. Tonight, we are going to be sharing some Cyber Monday specials and also how you can create more opportunity into the next millennia, not just this Monday, but moving forward with all the tools that are available.
Tonight, if you have questions, you can, of course, send your questions through the live chat here on YouTube. That's typically where we host it. But if you're like 99% of our listeners, you can actually text us to 864-507-9696. If we choose your question, we will send you a signed copy of the book You Are Worth More.
As you know, this is episode 490 of the TerryWilson3.com podcast that is sponsored by Audibles. Audibles has over 70,000 titles of every genre from some of your favorite artists. Learn more about the web design, little tongue twister, cooking, public speaking, writing, or just find a great story for your own entertainment. You can do all of that and get 2 free books in 1 month free trial at TerryWilson3.com/freebook.
Like a champ.
In segment 3, we have some questions we're going to be answering, so stay tuned for that. Coming up, segment right after the break, however, you're going to hear about a new technique Terry is using right now to generate tons of leads and getting paid to generate leads to sell his own products.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. That's going to be pretty cool, and it's going to just highlight, some of the strategies we've had here at TW3 for a while. But it's some new products that are in the mix using some referral marketing. So you guys want to stay tuned to that. It's going to be pretty cool. And on top of that, guys, today is Cyber Monday, so we've got some Cyber Monday specials. And so if anybody wants to take advantage, you're thinking, hey, is now a time to invest in my business, my existing business that you might have, or a career that you're trying to start, or a side hustle you've already started. If you need help generating more leads, generating more business, getting the traffic you need, then we wanted to come up with some products, goods, and services that will make it advantageous for you to do something right now. And so here is the deal. If you take advantage, this deal is going on from now until Tuesday, November 30th at 5 p.m. If you are not a member and you've thought about becoming a member, then I want to entice you, become an elite member for $0 down and as little as $20 a month based on your credit over at TW3 Financing. And you can go to TW3EasyPay.com, check that out, or talk to your recruiter, either way. But we've got some very creative financing that allows you to get started as an elite member for very little money, if any, down. And here's what we're going to do. If you join before tomorrow, 5 p.m., this is being recorded on November the 29th, so this will go through November the 30th, 5 p.m. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a free tech bundle. We're going to give you free lead boosters. We're going to give you a free promotion on this show, and then I'm going to spend some one-on-one time with you just to make sure you are cock locked and ready to rock for the new year of 2022, that we've got a business wrapped around you rather than you trying to wrap you around a business. We're going to figure out what is your story, what is your brand, what is your passions, what are the things that you like to do. And then we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you specifically, how to use all of these different marketing assets we have and tools that we have and create one congruent business model that works for you with the time that you have. But if you want all of that, you've got to get in before tomorrow at 5 p.m., which is November the 30th, if you're listening to this recording, okay? So just let us know. Now, if you're there and you say, Terry, I'm already a member, do you not have anything for existing members? Well, of course we do. And here's what I want to do for you. I'm going to say, if you are an existing member and if you would like to take advantage of some discounts on tech bundles, we'll give you half off on the tech bundle. And if you want to get any amount of lead boosters, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, I don't care how many lead boosters you want to buy, between now and 5 p.m. tomorrow, half off on lead boosters. If you want to know how to get that discount code and how to purchase that, all you have to do is text us at 864-507-9696, 864-507-9696, and say, hey, Terry, I heard episode 490. I want a tech bundle, or I want a lead booster. Now, I think it's important probably for us to break that down, because we got tons of new members and people that aren't members, trying to figure out what is a tech bundle. And Reagan, what is the most difficult part of this business for new members?
Typically setting up the sales funnel.
Setting up the sales funnel, all the technical aspects of it, setting up your sales funnel, setting up your blog, all of that stuff. So a tech bundle is where we go in and we set up your website, your blog, we set up your sales funnel, we do all of that for you. typically speaking, that takes you about a week to get everything if you're nonstop studying and doing and studying and doing. And that's taking the idea that maybe this is brand new to you. You have never done anything like this, okay? You're going from ground zero up to having to design funnels or even understanding the concept of what a funnel is, you know. So we show you how to build our funnels, how to drive traffic to it, all that. Well, Tech Bundle's where we go in and do that for you. Now, this doesn't give you rationale or reason to not study, not learn, because here's the dirty little secret. What happens when you sell a marketing system to a client and you never took the time to understand it yourself, Reagan? What happens there?
You're going to have a hard time coaching them. And then you're going to come to us and we'll help them. We really will. We've got Wednesday night trainings for it. But it's going to make you look like a not knowledgeable coach. And it may lead them to have some doubts on your end.
It's going to create frustration between the coach and client relationship. And so it is in everyone's best interest to bone up on you don't have to like it. You don't, and here's the other thing. I would even say you don't even have to do it.
Well, that's the real dirty little secret.
The dirty little secret is you don't even have, but you better find someone in our organization that is strong in areas you are not in and develop a business relationship with them. And I'm not going to tell you what that needs to look like. You work that out with them and your client and all that. But I know some do commission splits. Hey, I'll sell it. You coach it. I know some that says, hey, for everybody I bring on, can I give you $100 for you just to spend an hour with them and teach you, or whatever. You manage at the end of the day, it's your business. It's your business. Manage it how you want, but at the end of the day, support the business. And
I'm going to brag on one thing in this little offer you got going on, because you can't brag on it, but I will. You're doing one-on-ones. You don't do those anymore. So for any members that are, well, not even members, but those thinking about joining, that's actually a pretty good deal, because that's something that Terry...
well, it's just for time.
It's a time piece, but I would say there's value there. So.
Well, you look at the most successful people in our business, the household names. These are people I spend time with. And they have my direct number and cell phone because I'm still coaching them. But it's just, you can't do it so much. And you spend your time and you equip them to equip others. That's the whole thing there. But I think it's a great, absolutely, because I've had multiple emails back and forth with several people. Hey, I've been wanting to do this. When's a good time to do this? Everybody wonders, this is the best time? Because people are in the mood of spending money. People are looking forward to the coming up year. And all you have to do is ask any existing business owner, are you happy with the state of sales right now? And I don't care if they're super successful. Have you ever met any business owner that's content? No, everybody wants to do better. Even if you got all the business coming in, you want to run more efficient, because
if you're not growing,
you're dying. You're doing one or the other. And so you can always ask a potential client, hey, would you like to, because our tools are either going to be able to generate more leads for them or help them organize those leads, help them organize that traffic in a more congruent way, and follow up with them. So it's a lot of good stuff. So when we get back from this break, I'm going to be able to break open a new strategy technique. It's been working. I started it, I guess, right after, right before Thanksgiving. I started this, just dabbling in the water, seeing how does this work? How does this? And it's been pretty darn cool. So I want to share that with, do what?
It's my favorite part of the holidays is it's always an RMP training around the holiday season, because that's when it's like the most open to do it and stuff. But
that's true.
There's been some really cool ones over the years. I went back last week and watched our Nintendo Switch one, and it took me I appreciated it at the time, but just kind of going back and seeing our own one, I was like, we're pretty damn smart.
Well, we'll trip over a decent, but that's the thing I even say in my book sometimes. I would say 9 out of 10 things I try don't work. It just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good up here, but then, you know, in practice, it's just too cumbersome, or it didn't translate, or it's the timing's off, or the market's wrong, or the messaging is wrong, or there's always something that's just.
So that goes into the mindset of it, though. I do feel like if 9 out of 10 things fail for one person, I'm guilty of this too. We give up. We go, well, this is not for me. I'm not good at it.
But, you know, it is amazing. I was talking to someone else at church yesterday.
I'm just thinking of all the roadblocks that this business would not have been started at all. And all the people we have under us that are making money and, you know.
I don't think of anything in my life that I could even look at that is semi-successful. I can't think of anything that has not had just incredible resistance.
Yeah.
Whether it be health, your family.
And that's for it's just every business.
Everything.
And from Amazon to Facebook to your local mom and pop shop. That's not and business owners know that. I mean,
I mean, but you know, if you want to be successful in business, because I know we have a lot of what we call entrepreneurs that listen to this show or watch this show. And I'm telling you, go ahead and prepare yourself that whatever you try, whether it be this business or anything else, it's not going to work out the first time you try it. Mm-hmm. It might not even work out the first 10 times you try it. Mm-hmm. The point is, you don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. You stop, get a coach, get someone. And here's the other thing. The dirty little secret about the coaching business is 95% of the value that coach brings is not anything special about that coach. It's just simply, it's a third party out of a perspective that's different than yours.
Yeah.
That's seeing you in a different way and is willing to hurt your feelings and say what they see.
This is a quick story because I know we got to go to the break.
You're fine. Go ahead.
I took Alicia snowboarding yesterday.
Yeah.
And the big thing I was trying to tell her, she was on her toes, which means she's facing upwards towards the mountain.
Yeah.
She wasn't staying over her snowboard. She has a lot of people. She has a tendency. There's no confidence there.
Yeah.
And if you fall 1 or 2 times hard, you know that really makes you go, I don't want to do that again. That
it hurts. Yeah.
It doesn't feel good to fall.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we try and figure out what's the best way I can stay on this snowboard, but like ready to fall at any moment.
Yeah.
And it's just you can't do that. You're not going to keep your balance and stuff. So we had a ongoing conversation of I said you need to ride the snowboard. You have to stay on the snowboard.
Right.
If you're going to fall, but you have to stay on. Otherwise, you're not learning. You're not doing anything. Did it a couple hours. She made a lot of great progress, but still wasn't, just didn't have that confidence down. And she rode by one guy who was one of the ski instructors. He was on a snowboard, but, one of the instructors there. She had her butt hanging out while she's like trying to stay. And as he's riding by, he's like, you got to ride the snowboard. And I don't know. It was just this culmination of like, what have I been saying? And then she got it and she was riding and she did great.
Well, you're going to find in marriage, your spouse does not hear you.
We need third parties more often.
You need a third party.
I get that.
It is amazing how, what do I do? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a coach. I'm a mindset coach at the heart of everything, whether it be in ministry or business or everything else. Here's the way you need to think about this. As you think about it, it will affect the way you communicate. And as you communicate differently, different things happen, whether it be in the context of business or whatever else, right? Well, I mean, how many times have your mother and I had discussions and I'm not her, and that's fine. Same way. She tells me I'm not. But then,
and to be fair to Alicia, I'm an idiot. I don't know why she would listen to me.
Well, I mean, that's
better
not
than anyone. So
same here. I mean, I don't know why your mother would listen to me, but someone else says the exact same thing, and then all of a sudden, that's the greatest piece of advice I've ever heard.
He's got a point.
Why didn't you tell me that? So it's just funny. But but the point is, if you want to do anything, we say it over and over again, guys. Don't shrink back from going after what you want to go after just because there's going to be resistance, there's going to be failure, there's going to be frustration, there's going to be those things. But listen, there ain't nothing worth having that is going to come easy. I mean, the only thing that comes easy is poverty, overweight, bad health, depression, all that stuff comes. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to try. Yeah. It's like Bill Burr. What are you doing? I'm getting fat. How did you train? I don't have to train. I just sit here.
It's the best part.
It's the best part. But anyway, when we get back right after this, I'm going to break this training open to you and show you how you can use some of the TW3 tools and assets, and how you're going to be able to just give tremendous value, and how you're going to tap into something that most marketers don't understand. I'm going to give you a little secret to marketing in this coming up segment here on how you can market anything. This one little rule I'm going to give you. If you learn this rule, doesn't matter what you're wanting to market and sell, you can do it just by understanding this one concept. And we get back right after this. Chapter 1, the 4 words that changed everything. Another day, another dollar. I just clocked in and was super excited. I finally felt like an adult. For the first time in my life, I was working for someone that wasn't a family member.
Hi, I'm Haven, and Terry Wilson's my dad. And the reason why I think I like this is it teaches me not only to earn money and work when I get older, how to earn it. It also teaches me how my dad used to live in the past, what he did, what was his first job, the reason why he came into this podcast speaker. So that's why I think I like his podcast and this audiobook.
Get the audio version of You Are Worth More at coachwithtw3.com. That's coachwithtw3.com. Get the first 2 chapters for free.
A salary is the drug they give you when they want you to forget about your dreams, because it's very easy to stay in that world where somebody is mitigating your risk. You just have to perform certain tasks, do them well for a third of your day, and they will feed you a salary.
Start building your dreams today at terrywilson3.com.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com.
Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
And now back to our show with Terry Wilson.
We're back. And now let's get into the training with Terry on how he is generating tons of leads and getting paid to do so by third parties. And these leads are for his own business.
Thanks, River, and thank you guys for tuning in tonight for episode 490, where we're talking about Cyber Monday or Cyber Millennia. You know, Cyber Monday was started a few years back, when online shopping became more and more prevalent. Everybody was doing the Black Friday and spending all weekend shopping and all this and doing all the doorbuster stuff, the nonsense that's been pretty popular for 30, 40 years. But then with the advent of eBay and all of these things that started happening around the turn of 2000, late 90s, early 2000s, a new phenomenon was taking place where people noticed that, hey, people were with their families, they were doing the Black Friday stuff, and then they would be traveling over the weekend, and then, boom, Monday morning, they're sitting in that office chair again, back at work, and now they're going online looking. And so Cyber Monday was sort of birthed. And so this Cyber Monday, I want to talk to you about something that is very key to your success as a business owner, as a new business owner, as a small business person, that if you have a product, good, or service, you need leads. And we've been talking TW3, that's our mainstay, right? Well, there was a new strategy I wanted to try out this past week just to see if it worked. Who knows? And I went back to just some fundamental marketing principles. And here's the number one rule of marketing. I'm going to go ahead and give up the ghost. If you can capture this one principle, I'm telling you, it will change your business. It will change your ability to generate leads. And it's just this. What is the current conversation that's going on in the marketplace? What's going on? You see, when you have a product, good, or service, and You want to grab people's attention. Hey, I sell insurance. Hey, I sell real estate. Hey, I've got this food, or I've got this, or I got that. The problem is, and you know this as well as I do, the world is a busy place. And to get people's attention nowadays, especially, but I'm telling you, people are overwhelmed with information and data. It is harder and harder and harder to capture people's attention. So how do you do it? How do you break through and get people's attention as to what's going on and get or tell them? Well, it's real simple. It's what are they talking about right now? What are they looking for right now? And you say, well, that's great, Terry, but what if it's something I don't sell? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What is it that people are currently speaking about, talking about? What's on the current mind of people right now? Well, let's think about this. Let's just break it down philosophically for a second. What just happened this past week? Two things. The holiday season started, right? So Thanksgiving's on the mind of everybody. So what are people doing? They're traveling, they're buying food, they're getting ready to shop and start their whole Christmas season of shopping and stuff like that. So that's on the heart. So I'm traveling, I'm spending time with family, I'm thinking about gifts. And here's the other, it's so common, it's cliche. Here's the other thing. People are busy. People are just super, super busy. So knowing all of that, forget about what I sell. I'm an author. I sell books. I'm a coach and trainer. I want to sell you a platform, a marketing system to help you. But forget all that. I know right now you're not thinking like, what are you thinking about? You're thinking about, I got to buy Aunt Susie this, or I got to buy my nephew this, or I got to look for the kids this. I got to do this. I got to travel. So what, as a marketer, can I do to get in front of people? Well, I want to talk to them in the areas and in the conversations that they're already having. And I know right now, Mr. and Mrs. Client, you're busy. So what does a busy person appreciate? What does a busy person want? What will grab the attention of people who are busy shopping and looking? I say this, anything that'll save them time, that will bring them a level of convenience and possibly satisfy a problem that they're looking for, which is I'm looking for gifts. And quite frankly, with the economy the way it is and everything, if I can find a high value gift and give it to friends, family, and colleagues, but maybe it saved me money on top of all that, I'm all in. So here's what I did. I created a product, and the whole premise was save your friends and family and yourself time and money. Give the gift of convenience this year. So the whole premise was go here and get up to 50 and 70% off on groceries, on restaurant, on gas, on going out to eat, on buying things. Up to 70% off with companies like DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub. Up to 70% off on gifts here and there. And here's the thing, you can give this as a gift to your friends as well. Save them time, save them money, give them the gift of convenience as you take the gift of convenience yourself. What a better way to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas than here, save some time and money. And so by packaging all of these discounts and all of these different ways of saving money into one congruent package to say, here, you can have it, and not only can you have it, you can give it away as a gift. What did I just do as a marketer? I came up with a great way for me to capture names, numbers, and emails, but beyond that, I incentivize and I motivated them to capture names, numbers, and emails for me. So now
I'm giving a gift that they're already thinking about. How can I save time? How can I save money? How can I bring value and give something that says I'm thinking about you, I care about you? But at the same time, how can I satisfy the need of having to come up with a way to give to others as well? By creating a product, and the whole premise is convenience, and then showing them how they can give this away as well. I have just created a way for them to give up information and for them to give up information of other people, to give value to everyone else. And then here is the dirty little secret. It's not dirty. It's actually pretty darn clean. By me giving this away and giving them value and capturing all this information, what else is happening? When they use that Uber Eats, when they use that discount to go out with Grubhub, when they use DoorDash, when they use this discount to get fuel and all this other thing, when they use all these products, goods, and services for convenience and to save money and time that's packaged together for them, all of these products, goods, and services came from my referral marketing package, which meant I'm getting $1.25 up to $5 for every person who uses it. So I want you to think about the power of this for just a second. I just gave a way for people, I incentivize people to give me their name, number, and information. I incentivize people to give me the name, number, and information of other people as a gift to give them. And then the very product, good, and service that they're using that's going to save them up to 70% on the products, goods, and services that they need, want, desire, and can use right now in this season, I'm getting paid by that third party as well. Join the conversation that other people are having. Quit fighting it. And as I have that information, I start not trying to sell. Not trying to sell TW3, not trying to get them involved in some business opportunity, not trying to sell them some marketing tool for an existing business they got. No. What am I doing now? I'm building relationships. I hope you found value in this. I hope your friends and family use this. I hope if it did anything for you, let us know. If it didn't, let us know. All I'm trying to do is build rapport with the audience I just captured information from. Because I know once I have a rapport and then I give them more and more information to bring value to them, not only do I have rapport, but now I have authority. And once I have rapport and authority, I have influence. And once I have influence, I can then say, hey, if you've ever thought about doing exactly what I do for a living and getting paid well for it, let's have a conversation one time. Because then, and only then, do I have the right to ask for the sale. I hope this helped. I'm going to be showing you more about this, Elites, on Wednesday night. Talk to you then.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com.
Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
And now back to our show with Terry Wilson.
Hello? My mic wasn't on. River, do you like Toto? Yeah. Dad doesn't like Toto. It's weird. We have some questions here.
I love Toto. What are you talking about?
I don't think you do. We've got for the inside joke is we've got like a little bumper music that sounds a lot like Toto, and as soon as we play it, Dad always goes, I don't like that one. And I love that one.
I love it. It's just I'm sick of it.
We got questions here. All right. Apologize for the bad jokes. First question here. Hey, Terry. I run a small 6-tabletop lunch restaurant and would like to up my takeout orders. What are some strategies with your tools that you would recommend?
Okay. Oh, yeah. I love that. A couple things. Number one, if you've got a database of existing, is everything okay? Yeah. Oh, okay. If you got a database of existing customers, then I would start using text marketing to incentivize them to do two things. Number one, come in again, and number two, share your restaurant, and there's different strategies we can show you if you're a member on how to do that. And matter of fact, not even cost you anything through some of our RMP stuff. Now, if you were wanting to drive traffic and you don't have a database, number one, I'll tell you, start capturing the data of every client that comes in and is sitting at your tabletop. I would be offering free tea, free drinks, free dessert. I would be offering something to get their name, number, and email address, specifically their cell phone, name. And how do you do that? There's table toppers that we can show you how to build that have QR codes that they scan it, they put in some information, and automatically a coupon sent to them for 30% off, buy one, get one. There's all kinds of things you can do. So number one, and this goes for any restaurant owner, any shop owner. I was talking to our mutual friend Billy about his shop and some things that he's doing, and I was like, every stinking person that comes in that door that you do, you better have their name, number, and email. Capture every stinking one of them, because that is gold. Because once you have that, you can cross promote, you can incentivize them to send other people. There's all different types of strategies. So rule number one, whether you're a restaurant owner or any physical place, capture, and everybody, when they walk in, they're going to have one of these. They're going to have one of these. And all you've got to do is, and it's so simple now. I mean, you can go, if you've got Google Chrome, you can, any web page at all you have to go is up in the URL address bar. There's a little square icon. You click on it, and it will automatically generate a QR code for that exact page. Okay? So what does that mean? That means I've got an opt-in form on some page, and I'm going to put there, hey, get free, whatever, buy one, whatever the incentive you can come up with, take one today. And so what happens is when they scan that, it comes over and says, we'll send it to you right now. Let us, your name, number, and email address, and we'll send it right to your phone.
Yeah.
So they're putting that information in, and I've got it programmed. As soon as that goes, it goes to another page that has that coupon. And so when they go to check out, right there it is. So it's proof.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So you've just captured that. And now what am I doing? hey, how did we do today? I want an honest feedback.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do good, say, I tell you what, next time you come in, I've got it set up in a binary track. If I did bad, oh, I'm sorry, da-da-da-da, give us another chance. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I did great. Hey, don't keep us a secret. Click right here and give us some feedback. And when you do that, I'm going to do, no matter what they say, I'm asking them to come back and I'm incentivizing them to do something.
And that stuff works too, because I feel like I know the insider trade for all this info and stuff, but it still works on me. There's a burrito shop I go to.
Absolutely.
When I go, I'm not necessarily, I don't want to give them my email when I'm trying to buy a burrito. I'm a normal consumer. I would imagine most people are like that.
Most people are guarded.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't really want my information. But they told me, it's like, hey, if you give us your name and number and your email, we'll take 20% off your meal. And I was like, oh, $5 cheaper? Absolutely. Here
At
you go.
$5.
Yeah.
It all goes back to that with them. What's in it for me?
And then they were sending me deals, and it was like, I actually like these. I get a 2-for-1. I could buy one for me and one have one.
And
for
I tell people all the time in retail, you know what the worst way to capture information is at the checkout. While you're checking out, can I get your cell phone number? Mm-hmm. Because how many times have you gone to a retail shop and as you're checking out, they're asking you for personal?
Every time.
And what do? I either say I'm not giving it or I give them bad information.
Yeah, you give them a fake one.
I'm constantly, and if you're nefarious like me, you give them someone else's cell phone that you're trying to jerk around.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
I give them, I'm not going to say who I give them.
Nah, don't incriminate yourself. The idea is hilarious. The thing that's only an idea in your head that you haven't done. It's very funny.
But I have occasionally, I bet you a certain person we know gets ton and ton of spam from Marshalls all the time. But anyway.
It's pretty funny.
Nevertheless, and sometimes if they sort of rub me the wrong way, I said, yeah, my email, you want it? Okay, it's terry@terryspambox.com. They just look at me. I said, I never check that one.
I don't check that one. You can send it there.
Just send it there. Yeah. I'm just conveying, you know. But if I have a restaurant that has meaningful products, goods, and services that I want, and they're saying, hey, I want to send this to you, but I need this to be able to do it. It rationalizes the reason why I'm giving it to them.
Yeah.
It's just the way you frame it.
Well, it's a give and take. I'm giving you my info. What are you giving me? For me, what it took was, I'll take 20% off your meal right now. I was like, deal. Here's my email.
You know, name it a club, the Burrito Club.
Yeah.
And as a member of this Burrito Club, you automatically get these discounts. You get early bird, da-da-da. I mean, you build value in being part of this. It's just good retailing. But anyway.
Second question here. I own a small appliance repair business. I'm able to pull some contract work from the big stores like Sears, Best Buy, etc. But have to give up a lot to pay to. I have to give up a lot. But have to give up a lot of pay to them for the work. That was me. That's not the typing. It's me. I can't read. I was homeschooled.
By who? Some moron that can't spell?
How can I use your service to become more independent? Do you get the gist of the question?
I get it. He's basically doing.
I apologize about butchering
subcontract work for the big box stores and wanting to be a little more independent. One of the cool things that Lori taught on just a few episodes ago, and I don't know if I'll look that episode up while we're on here, but she was going over a service that you can sort of marry with your TW3 app, and it will turn your assets online into just an SEO machine. In other words, anytime someone in a specific area is looking for service work done to a dishwasher, a washing machine, any of these small appliances, hey, I got any Google SEO words that you want. And it's using our app along with a company called Yext, and it's episode 488. It's called Quality and Quantity. It's the one that I had Neil O'Reilly talking about how to write safe business, being legally safe. And then Lori came on first talking about how to generate higher quantities of business by using these SEO backing links and stuff like that. And so you don't have to be an SEO guru. You don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars with some sort of marketing firm that's promising to get you at the top of the search. It's just basically literally putting in all your information with our app, clicking a button, and it just goes out for you. And it's all congruent. It's all no misspelling, no breakage of links and everything. And that's why a lot of these SEOs, when they're manually done, doesn't work well, because over here you are Daniel Boone in, spelled Daniel, Boone in
-L.
And then over here, because Terry Wilson did it, it's Dan-L. And so now all of a sudden the search bots and the spider bots don't understand that that's the same place. And so your Google search is starting to diminish. So this is a cool asset that you have when you have our app. And the thing is, this guy, he's going to be able to manage his bookings. They're going to be able to book online. He's going to be able to receive payment online. He's going to be able to follow up. He's going to be able to get feedback. He's going to be able to do all the things that he needs to do to manage his business. But on top of all of that, he's going to be able to be found. So when someone's going on there, while let Sears and Best Buy and all these Maytag and all these big box companies, let them pay the huge dollars to be up there. They're going to be up there.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it right in that area, the native search is going to bring you up there right with them.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's exactly right. And that's how he can do that.
Cool. That's a great question. How can I use your system to generate leads for the used car buyers? I buy and sell cars on the side, but would like to grow the side hustle into something more permanent if I could.
Yeah. So a couple ways for that is, number one, you can, of course, use SEO just like I was talking about with this gentleman, where people are typing in used cars, this, that, and the other. All of the assets that you are building out pages and inventory with our app, it's going to work with the SEO and so search and all that. So you're going to be able to compete with the big guys out there, the aforementioned big guys. But here's the other thing. With our RMP, you don't have to necessarily look at CarMax, Carvana, and all of these other companies as competition. All of a sudden, they can become an asset rather than a liability. Yep. Because you can, sort of do a little judo marketing here with our referral marketing. And all of a sudden you can show them what's on the local CarMax plus what's on yours and then all of a sudden
you can price compare.
And now all of a sudden it gets you out of that, hey, I'm brand A and they're brand B and we're better than they are. You're just a consultant. Here's how can I help you? I'll get you whatever you want.
Here's the biggest thing with those RMP too. At least from the guys that I talked to, because I talked to a lot of guys in that market, the worst part of a sale is always like the paperwork afterwards. Yes. And the amount of work that goes into like just securing all the information.
Right.
With our RMP stuff specifically, your job is to gain the interest and get them into the conversation where their car is sold.
Right.
I know a lot of guys. The guy that sold me my car, and also, it's a little bit of a side tangent, but now's a good market to get into this.
Absolutely.
You can't find cars you want. If you had one guy that was like, here's all the used cars I have right here for you that you probably like, would have saved me a ton of time and headache.
And you would have referred everybody you knew.
Absolutely. The dealership I was working with, it was a long process, and I was buying a new car and still couldn't get the car.
Right.
Used wasn't even an option. But anyway, I digress. For the guy that was selling me the car, though, the amount of time he took to, talk to me, get the information. I was in this office that took 2 or 3 trips to, just secure this car. I know what his commission is most likely.
Yeah.
He could have done that through RMP offers and done 6 people. He could have talked to 7 people in the time it
made tons more money.
Made 3 times as much as he did on the commission. So, granted, I work for the company. Obviously, I'm going to point you to it. But
numbers are numbers.
But numbers are numbers. And I'm seeing the amount of work that goes into moving some of these other cars. And I'm just like, why aren't more people doing what we do?
I don't, because it's the old business model is just what people know.
Sure.
And I think this cuts across the car industry and every industry that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
The world has changed.
It's different.
And the people that are going to use these tools, these assets, and these new business models that we've been doing for a while.
Yep.
It's just funny to see that.
Here's the irony in it. The guy I spoke to that sold me the car that I spoke with like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I got his contact information from an RMP that I found.
Yeah.
Like just ran. The guy that put an ad up and I talked to for literally 10 seconds, like, yeah, I'm just looking for a local place that's got this. And he goes, oh, yeah, here you go. That's our conversation. He made half of what the guy that sold me the car did. And he probably did it 5 times in that day or in that hour.
The money is getting the traffic. It's not. And that's what I had someone other. I can't believe you let your license go because I don't sell insurance anymore. I says, dude, I understand what the commission structure is on selling insurance.
Yep.
But what you don't understand is for every one piece of insurance that I sold in that same amount of time and same amount of hassle and same amount of trouble, I can generate 100 leads and make 10 times as much.
Right.
Now, the commissions aren't as high in generating leads.
Sure.
But I mean, I'm getting paid $25 a lead versus, it's just a time, scalability, no chargebacks, and it's no I don't care if they buy insurance or not.
Right.
And the other thing is that lead, that's just what I monetized off of generating them as an insurance lead. Then I've got that data and I might cross promote it to something else.
Yeah. Let's say they get into insurance or, 5 years down the line. Oh, look, I have a business opportunity for you.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, he used to come in and sit in with us a little bit in the studio and talk. And my mind, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Scott was initially started off as a insurance lead of mine. I generated him as a lead to sell insurance. And I talked to him about his business and his company and selling him and his company health insurance back when the Obamacare and all of that was changing. And then that evolved into something else, and that evolved into something else, because once they're a lead, they're a lead.
Yeah.
And maybe there's something else. That's why you keep that data. That data is gold.
We're in a cool business.
We are.
I like what we do. Last question here. How can I use this for my MLM business?
Oh yeah, what is an MLM business? At the end of the day, it's a recruiting business. Okay, some MLMs are created better than others. To each his own. But at the end of the day, the way you build an MLM business is you recruit people to resell and to recruit.
Yeah.
And that, because I come from the insurance world, I know a little bit about that. And this business has a recruiting model to it. Yeah. And so we use this at the end of the day. We post ads, we capture that information, we show them opportunity, we show them opportunities in the house, we show them opportunities outside of the house that maybe their mindset is more of an hourly salary person, no judgments. Then let's get them the product, good, or service that best fits them. But that process, we'll show you a process that will help you generate tons of leads for your opportunity. And that way, and then the strategy that we show you, you're going to be able to make money off of everybody you bring in your funnel, whether they join your MLM or your business or anything or not. Because let's face it, not everybody is going to want to do an MLM. Not everybody wants to do a business opportunity. There are most people are looking for hourly and salary type jobs. And that's just the
I would say that's the coolest part of our business is every single person you talk to, whether they're a business owner, somebody looking to start a business, somebody that's worked hourly their entire life, so it doesn't matter. You have something to offer them that is, 1, giving them value, and 2, monetizable.
Yeah.
You can make money from it.
You can make money. So at the end of the day, it's just like that training too that I just showed you. all you're doing is giving people value. And in that process of giving value and joining a conversation that they're already having, because that's the number one secret, as I said in segment 2, the number one rule of marketing is not to try to change the conversation.
Yep.
But to join the conversation that's already taking place.
What did he say? Jordan Belfort, sell me this pen. He goes, are you in the market for a pen?
Are you in the market for a pen?
No, well, then I'm not selling you this pen.
You know,
I'll go find somebody that's looking to buy a pen.
The problem most people have in sales and in marketing and everything else is they get stuck in their head. This is what I sell. This is what I do. So I'm going to go out there and talk to these people about this. Well, it might be that what you're in right now is not what's going on in the conversation.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out a way.
Or the group you joined is not having that conversation, but 100 feet away, and another group is, and you're just in the wrong group.
You're in the wrong group.
Yeah.
So you either got to figure out where your group is to have your conversation, or understand the group that you're in, what conversation is taking place, and how is it that what I do and I'm involved in applies to this group and does it at all.
Yep.
And if it doesn't pivot, then what can I do that would service this group?
Gotta be like water.
Be like water. Just let it flow. Let it flow.
So that's Bruce Lee says, if you put water in the glass, it turns to the glass.
You just got to find where the cracks are, baby, and flow. No smiles from you. I saw that smile. All right, we'll be right after this. Earners are learners and leaders are readers. So if you want to go to the next level, you do have to grow to the next level. And that's why I offer free audiobooks at TerryWilson3.com/free book. That's TerryWilson3.com/free book. When you go over there, you're going to get to try the service out for 30 days free. No obligation. And you get a free audiobook just for checking it out at TerryWilson3.com/free book. You know, typically speaking, when I talk to people about entrepreneurialism, there's already a built-in cynicism because most people have had the same experience. Matter of fact, statistically speaking, 98% of people who have tried to start a business fail. That's just the sheer numbers. And because of that, it creates a natural resistance to the message of entrepreneurialism. But let me tell you, entrepreneurialism is alive and well and is more available to the average person than ever before because of the technology and the time period we live in. Let's face it, folks, people are working from home. People are living in a more remote lifestyle. Services sell. And to the degree that you can get in front of people that need, want, desire, and can afford what it is you offer, the more successful you are going to be. I'm not here to tell you you need to get involved in this peel through a lotion or potion, or you need to get involved in selling insurance, or you need to get involved in selling real estate, or you need to get involved in some financial product. You do you. Only you know what you are passionate about and want to do. But here's what I'm telling you. 98% of people that fail because, statistically speaking, they don't have enough people, qualified people that need, want, desire, and can afford what it is they offer. And that's what TW3 does for you. And that's why we've been in business for over 13 years, the A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. That's why we have multiple people working here, working with us, using our products, tools, and services to grow 6- and 7-figure income streams. Because, think about it. You can do what you're doing now, come home, and then you've got a stack of people to speak to already on your calendar, already ready to talk to you, have already been presented the goods and services, know what it's about, and then you have a means to get them involved, get them started in a very high commissionable way. It is literally the best opportunity on the market. If you are in the place that, hey, I really want to do something and I've tried and it's just not worked, then let me explain. What if you could get unlimited qualified leads coming to you on demand whenever you wanted, and then you're going to be able to close 1 out of 25 of them you speak to, and that one sale you're going to make anywhere from $750 up to, well, could be up to $18,000 on some of our high ticket products. And you say, well, it's got to be impossible to sell that. No, because these products that you're making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 off, you can literally sell for zero down and as low as $20 to $60 to $89 a month. That's the power of TW3. That's the opportunity we sell. And that's why now, for such a time as this, is the best time. This is your Kairos moment. This is the time that if you've ever wanted to do something, it's the time to do it. Talk to your TW3 recruiter today or go to TerryWilson3.com. If you got questions, text me directly, 864-507-9696.
Informative and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
And now back to our show with Terry Wilson.
All right. We are back.
Get it out of the way. Number 3 here on your talking points. Just go ahead and talk about it. I know you want to talk about it. I
don't want to brag. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
My ass, you don't want to brag. Go ahead.
There's nothing to brag about.
I'll do it for him. We played basketball.
It was a lucky shot.
It
was a lucky shot.
It wasn't luck. That's the thing. That's what's annoying about it. You can tell when somebody has done one thing a multitude of times. There's just a certain process where it's like they've done that before. They know how to do that thing.
I went to one of my moves.
So we played basketball, and I would say the toughest shot of the game. It was a really, really tough shot. It was a fadeaway while being trapped. Granted, by 2 midgets, it was me and Hunter, but still.
You're my height. I wouldn't call you a midget. I mean,
so,
I'm 5'10". I wouldn't call that short.
But yeah, you hit a really tough shot. You hit a fantastic fadeaway on 2 people that were guarding you pretty intensely because I was making a point.
That's all those years of watching Michael and Kobe.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
It was impressive.
I don't even think I was on your team and I was cheering.
Everybody there was like, whoa, that's pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive. You did good.
Well, I'm enjoying the basketball. I'm enjoying the fact that I can actually be out there playing. So it's I'm telling you, good health has its own rewards.
It does.
And I'm enjoying it. So I appreciate you guys spurring me on over the years and saying, Dad, get off the couch and do something fun.
Hey, go do something.
Go do something.
No, you're much healthier. You seem a lot happier.
I am. I enjoy sports.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can get back to playing.
It's a whole world that's opened up to you.
Yeah, it's
like the physical one.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good time. It's a good time, but it's fun. But I do want to cover a couple things. Cyber Monday, like I said, we said it at the very beginning. If you have considered, is this a good time to start a business? I'm telling you, it's a great time, and especially in the business. Guys, what we do, I love what we do. And I was talking to someone else, I forget who it was, but the world's changed. The world has just absolutely changed on everyone. And to be in a solutions-based business where we can come alongside retail shops, restaurant owners, business professionals, and tell them, hey, you need to get in front of more people, or you need to be able to get the people you got stuck to you and really nurture those relationships, then here are some tools that are easy to use that you just set it and forget it, and it just keeps those relationships nourished and keeps them coming to you. It keeps more traffic coming to that retail restaurant store, that business owner, whatever you want. And for the person who has said, hey, I've tried all these different side hustles and nothing has ever worked. Let me encourage you, the best business to be in, whether it be our business or anything else. But here's the one metric I would go by. What problem does your business solve? What problem does your business solve? And if you're not in a business that solves problems, but it's a fad, it's a clothing line, or it's some peel through lotion or potion, or those are all greats and they're trends and they go up and they go down and they go,
That's like more playing in the stock market.
You're playing the stocks. Yep. But if you want a blue chip, always going to be there, then position yourself that I can help individuals and companies anytime I want become better at what they do. Okay. And that's what we do. I mean, and it's not just, why has, for instance, the printing business, even though people don't print as much as they used to, but it's still there.
Yep.
Why? Because the printing that is needed And the market,
somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it, and so position yourself when you're thinking about a business opportunity or something you can do. Ask yourself, what problem am I trying to solve? And if you don't understand that, then ask yourself this, what problem do I have? And solve that problem for yourself, because I guarantee you other people will have it. That's how this business evolved. I needed leads. I was tired of calling my friends, family, and foes. I wanted someone that wasn't, going to church with me or had graduated school with or with some neighbor. Right. So that was my problem. I needed people to speak to, but I wasn't going to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I solved that problem. And then I figured out real quick, hey, there's a ton of people like me.
Yeah.
And then it created a business. Well, that's the same thing. Use these tools, use these technologies that we're offering, these training that we offer, these techniques that we have, and you can be the hero for a lot of people that the world has changed on, and they're trying to figure out, how can I get back to where I was pre-pandemic?
Sure.
In those numbers. So that's number one. So the Cyber Monday special, if you're thinking about starting a business and you start at the Elite membership before tomorrow at 5 o'clock, what we're going to do is give you a free tech bundle. That's a $500 gift. You're getting $500. We're going to give you a free lead booster. That's basically $100, $89. That's $100. That's $600 you're going to get. You're going to get a free promotion on this show. That's $150 because we charge $150 ad placement. That's $150. You're going to get your website, your information, what you are. I'm going to promote it on this show. And then fourth and finally, you're going to get one-on-one. That might not be worth anything to you, but it's worth a ton to me, okay? And I'll just tell you, I charge about $5.97 for a 1 hour one-on-one with me, okay? Just because if you're going to take the time away from other things and activities that I could be using my time, I've got to be compensated. So I'm going to give that to you. Now, that's 90 days after you. And why did I put it out so far? Because I don't want to be asking and wasting your time and my time, well, how do I build a funnel? Or how to do that. There's a ton of training back there. Get all of the basic stuff out of the way, okay? Yeah. And it's going to take you a little bit in the business, learning that. And then once you've been in the business 90 days, you're going to get a free one-on-one with me, okay? And that's something I don't even do anymore. So those 4 things, if you want to join, free tech bundle, free lead booster, free promotion on the show, and a free one-on-one with me. If you're an existing member and you want to take advantage of some discounts we've got going on, all you got to do is text us 507-9696. That's 864-507-9696. You're going to get half off on the tech bundle. You're going to get half off on the lead boosters, and you can get as many lead boosters as you want for that discount. And so it's exciting time.
For the number, they can also go to the chat bot, right?
That's the same thing.
It's easier for
them. If it's easier for you just to go to terrywilson3.com and go to the chat bot, then absolutely do that. If it's easier, you're listening to this as you're on a treadmill or in your car, or you need it and you're in a position just to text 864-507-9696.
Don't text and drive.
Don't text and drive unless you're in a Tesla. But, boy, anyway, that's all we did at Thanksgiving. I felt like I was just
people like the Tesla.
People wanted rides in the Tesla. That was fun.
Cool.
So it was fun to see. And Tim, he was, ooh.
If there was anybody I wanted to see the reaction, it's Timmy's, because I know he knows cars, but I don't think he's ever been in a Tesla.
He goes, he's a car guy, and most car people appreciate the Tesla probably the most.
Yeah.
Because you're used to,
right.
You don't get that in the Tesla. It's just instant torque, which is pretty cool. This coming Wednesday, if you want to know, what's the TikTok on how you did what you did, Terry, in segment 2? I'm going to break it down for you in a more applicable, practical way of how the TikTok, that's before TikTok, just so you know. I'm going to teach you guys some old.
I'm assuming you were using like the metaphor of like, this is the inner workings of how this ticks and talks, but I was just making sure that you didn't make a TikTok that we're asking everybody to go watch.
I just dawned on me, I'm in a world now that has a social media platform called TikTok.
The world has changed.
Yes, the world has changed, and I need to get. But back in the day, when your boss would ask you what happened, and if he said, "What's the TikTok on that?"
Here, I'll send you the link.
What he was asking is don't give me the overview. Give me the line upon line exactly.
Well, that's what I figured. I was just making sure. I silently.
We were both confused. We look at each other and go.
We just made sure.
For the millennials and Zoomers out there, let me break this down a little bit further.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway. But I'll be doing that on the Mastermind membership at 8 o'clock this coming Wednesday. And, of course, if you join by tomorrow, you'll get in on that as well as an elite member. So, anyway, so you enjoyed the fade shot, huh?
It was great. Yeah. You did a great job. I had fun playing basketball. We had all of mom's side of the family here.
What do you play till 1 in the morning?
It was late.
I'm still recovering. Yeah, sleep schedule.
It missed my schedule because I don't think I went to bed till 4 in the morning.
We started playing pickup. We started at like 11:30.
Yeah.
Like at night.
Yeah. And we went to like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, what is wrong with us?
It was fun though.
It was
everybody had a
lot
good
of fun.
It's gotten more fun as everyone has gotten fat and out of shape. I'm having way more fun now. Because when we used to do we've been doing this for 7-8 years. When we used to do it, I was used to playing with, our cousins who are all cross-country runners in college.
Yeah, in college.
And it's like, I'm playing with athletes and it's not fun because they're just running everywhere and it's hard.
As the mixture of talent has diminished.
As everyone has come more to my level and I've actually gotten a little bit more in shape. It's like, hey.
Yeah, I'm starting to like this game.
We're having fun.
All right, guys, elite members, I'll see you Wednesday night, and I hope everyone can take advantage of the Cyber Monday specials. And until next time, we will see you later.
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com.
Get a free sample copy of the book You Are Worth More by going to TerryWilson3.com now.
If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com.